horror show and another installment with our badass band, Chiron! Yep, that's right, doing Crossing the Streams here on the horror show. I am Jaime and Fuego.
I'm Matthew Higgins.
And I'm Mahalo. Kristopher.
Damn right, guys. So this is something that we might be doing here at our little home studio jamming area from now on, or we might be switching back and forth between Cecil's studio of sorts. It's a little bit of, which would you guys prefer? Maybe let us know about that. But the cool thing that we are going to be doing for this month's episode of Monthly Metal Monday, or was it Metal Monthly Monday? I don't know. We were like,
as long as it wasn't the Metal Monday.
Metal Monday Monthly.
Sounds like a newsletter.
Yes, it does indeed.
Yeah, and PMS.
Yeah.
That's what I was kind of.
Everybody,
we love you.
Yeah, everyone's synced up. All right.
Yeah, but we are going to be this month doing our favorite horror metal soundtracks, actually. So there are so many amazing choices, from the fact that, I mean, in the late to mid 2000s, I mean, there was like so many different, the Saw series, the Underworld movies.
Shit got crazy.
Yes, indeed. And there's all about those like new metal-y and new wave of new wave of American heavy metal shit, like, Kill Switch, which I know you dudes like so much, and Godsmack, Lamb of God, various others, Shadows Fall. I mean, and so any good horror movie worth its weight in drugs was referencing some metal in their soundtracks around that time, and I still love when there's tons of headbanging in a film of the spooktacular variety. So I'm gonna toss it to our throat shredder, Kristopher Omega Red over there, with his first choice for favorite horror metal soundtracks.
Alright, so I'd have to say my favorite metal soundtrack so far, I mean, it is just a stacked list, was the 2002 version of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
He's killing him!
Who's killing who?
What's wrong with you people?
Oh, my.
And also on this channel, you'll get to see Fuego and Cecil and everybody doing a trailer review on what was that, Leatherface?
Leatherface, yeah.
Very
stoked this month.
Super stoked.
So, but anyway, this soundtrack's loaded. I mean, Meshuggah. It's got Meshuggah, Pantera. I mean, you name it. Every metal band from the early 2000s is on there, heavy. But there's some metal bands that kind of like went to the wayside afterwards that I was a huge fan of. So I kind of wanted to bring those bands to light to let you guys check out, because that's what this is all about. We want to show you other music.
We want to inform, yeah.
So the first one on my list is Nothing Face, and Nothing Face was headed by Matt Holt, who had a really bad heroin addiction in the early 2000s. His guitarist actually is now the guitar player for Hell Yeah.
Oh shit.
So yeah, so they kind of disbanded, and and Matt Holt at the time, the way that he was writing everything else. I mean, if nothing else, check out Nothing Face. The album is Skeletons. But Nothing Face, yeah, they were really good at the time. And then another one was 40 Below Summer. Do you guys remember 40 Below Summer at all?
I remember the name.
Right, yeah, exactly. So early 2000s, 40 Below Summer was really, really fast-paced, kind of like, it was like Stabbing Westward on steroids, it's just really fast.
I love Stabbing Westward.
Yeah, it was really good, really loud, really powerful, really, really good lyrics.
Kind of industrially then?
They kind of had almost the same feel that we do when Mahalo does his little break silent.
Okay.
40 Below Summer had a few of those things happen that were really good.
So like soft interlude type shite.
Right.
Nice.
And then the third one is Motograter, which is starting to come back. I'm sure you guys have heard about Motograter recently.
Yeah.
Okay, well they used to be fronted by Ivan Moody from Five Finger Death Punch.
Yeah.
Right. So,
that guy's a douche.
Yeah, he is a douche. But first time I saw them was with Ivan Moody, and that show had Nothing Face, Shadows Fall, Kill Switch Engage,
so many great lineups.
Grade 8, and it's funny because
that
all
sounds
the really
like the mid 2000s.
It was 2003 Ozfest in Phoenix, Arizona, and all the bands. The headliner bands were like Disturbed, Korn, obviously Ozzy. Who else? Marilyn Manson. Like all the really, really good show, like the really, really down to earth, like fucking heavy hitting show was in the pit, dude, on that second stage. Shadows Fall, but yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah. Those were the up and comers when they were hungry, man.
But anyway, yeah, go check out those three bands: Motograter, 40 Below Summer, and Nothing Face. Listen to some cool older metal. Get a good vibe of what transitioned, how metalcore came about, because those were kind of. That was kind of the transition period.
the ground bricks for everything there.
Exactly.
They kind of laid the way for bands today to do the things that they're doing.
And also, if you haven't seen that version of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, go watch it.
That's the 2003 remake. Right?
Yeah, it's gory, it's awesome.
Jessica Biel,
yeah.
Arlie Emery.
Yep. And then check out the prequel coming out this year. So.
Yeah, Leatherface, dude. I always think in 2003's Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake, where the guy's leg had been cut off and he puts him on the hook,
Yeah.
and the rock salt on the wound.
Yeah.
That made me cringe.
Gnarly.
Man.
I don't know, man. My favorite character in there was Arlie Emery's character in that one, the sheriff. I did not expect the sheriff to like be part of the whole group, to be part of everything, and he played it perfect.
What the tweet?
You know, anytime Arlie Emery ever showed up in anything, it was gold. It didn't matter.
Yeah, fucking-
Saving Silverman, he was in.
Oh, he was great.
Yeah, he was fantastic.
Saving
Was it your
Silverman,
game?
so underrated.
So am I.
Yeah.
Right? That's
Arlie
what
Emery, if
Jason
you're
Biggs
open
had
for a
career.
music video, we would like to have you.
Let us know.
Yeah,
Jack
seriously.
Black also
Right.
falling in love with the.
Yeah. Come on, come on.
You're
Come
Neil
on.
Diamond, baby.
Hey,
Neil
hey,
Diamond.
hey, if it's all on one plate, it's one nacho.
It's true.
All right, anyway, moving on.
Yes, Mr. Mahalo, what is your pick, Mario?
So my pick isn't 2, 3, 4. It's the original Resident Evil soundtrack.
Yes.
How is she still standing?
She isn't standing now.
No one is immune. Resident Evil.
That was a good
Oh
one.
man,
Done by Marilyn Manson.
done by Marilyn.
Yeah.
He did a lot of work on that album. The album has a list of names going from Slipknot to Mudvayne to a little known band of 5.0. Those are probably my 3 best off. That My Plague from Slipknot just kicks that album off.
Dude,
Just
or that,
so
that
heavy.
compilation song where it was David Draymond, Corey Taylor, and Jonathan
Holy
Davis.
crap. There's just so much that goes into
Killing.
that album. And the last track of the album is all Marilyn Manson just taking his fucking musical genius and putting it to the end of the album, which they used in the movie.
Scored bits of the movie is what he
Yeah,
did.
so those scores actually became full-length songs on the album, and they're just amazing. It's a great way to end the album because that album punches you in the face all the way through.
Couple
Even
times.
was it Redman? Yeah, it's Method Man.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
on that fucking track.
Yeah.
It is before him, right after him. Marilyn Manson kicks in with everything, and it's just a beautiful thing.
A
But
lot
that,
of those Wu-Tang guys have worked with metal bands.
Dude,
right?
oh, yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
like
they don't
down,
Oh,
they
RZA,
don't
man.
if you're available, Wu-Tang.
Let us
Wu-Tang
know.
Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
Hey,
It's for the
RZA
kids.
specifically, man. Put us
Yeah.
on the Man with the Iron Fist 3 soundtrack.
But Resident Evil, I was a big fan of all the video games growing up. Those games used to scare the crap out of me. So when Resident Evil came out for a movie, I was so excited and disappointed at the end,
I
but
had
still
mixed
excited at
feelings
the
about
same
that
time.
movie.
Right, right. No,
They
the
changed
thing is-
so much, man.
The one thing about it though is that that movie coming back out, especially with a superstar like Mila Jovovich at the time, from being in like
They're about
Fifth
to
Element or something
reboot
like that.
it now too.
The fact when that came out, that like re-hit with the zombie era, man.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
that
it
was a
sparked it.
big boom.
It
Yeah.
was at the same
Sparked
time that
it.
they did like 28 Days Later, The Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
May, Walking
Yeah.
Dead was just hitting.
And then
so
the,
that was like
the factions
beginning
that came
the
off of that,
zombie
like
resurgence.
Diary of the Dead.
Yeah.
Have you seen that one?
Everything.
Yeah, that's
oh.
a George Romero actually. You know, some people hated it. I didn't think it was that bad.
Survival of the
No.
Dead.
Yeah,
But
Survival of the Dead. was
the best thing about Resident Evil has always been that music that's attached to the back end of every scene. Just
Yeah.
that
Yep.
beautiful electronic piano, everything kicking in at the same time. You know something ominous is happening because
Yeah.
we all know Umbrella.
The Umbrella Academy.
Corporation.
Umbrella.
They're basically Honeywell.
Yeah, essentially.
Whoa, whoa,
Whoa, hey man, hey man.
We ain't trying to call him out, right? We
That's
still
how
on
we have
record.
Central Air.
I'm just saying, I'm down to be a
I have
tyrant.
SRP.
I am down to be a tyrant. If they got a plague virus for me, I'll try it out.
All right, so there you have it. So far, we have Texas Chainsaw Massacre Remake 2003. We got the original Resident Evil film, and now to Senior Mooch, Matthew Higgins.
Yes,
What's your
indeed.
pick, dude?
My pick was it was an easy one for me, man. Once we started talking about this topic, it was what came in my head. It's Queen of the Damned.
We must fight Akasha.
Queen of the Damned.
Come out, wherever you are.
One of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Well, yeah, definitely.
Manchester.
One of my favorite movies is just, I mean, what's more metal than a vampire coming to life and playing metal? Like, that's
Yeah.
badass. And then you got, he's
Based
the
on the
voice
second-
of Jonathan Davis.
Yeah,
Like,
he
you
scored
can't,
the
you
entire
can't
thing.
beat
He
it.
wrote all those
I
songs.
mean,
It's
really think about
amazing.
it. You have all this other music, and it's all good music here or there, but then you have the vampire Lestat sleeping. What's he wake up to? Fucking metal! That's what stirs him to wake.
If
That's
we
pretty
got
badass.
a vampire, like, sorry, Chris, I love you, bro, but he's the singer.
See, That's the thing. I'm just a damn peer. That's why I play the drums. Okay?
There you go. There you go.
I'll start
But
playing
no,
the keyboard. It's cool.
one of my favorite things about the album is that he made like what 5 or 6 original songs for the movie,
Jonathan
and he
Davis,
actually
yeah.
got guest stars to come in
Yeah,
and sing the songs. And
That
one of
was
the
because-
greatest ones on that album was Chester Bennington.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It was
Those guys
just
weren't
amazing.
always metal, but
I think my favorites were Chester Bennington's, which was I can't remember. System
Yeah.
is the song he made, and then David Draymond did a good one. Forsaken, and then I love the Marilyn Manson one, dude.
That song-
he just
that
put
song-
such a creepy
That song
fucking.
Penetrate off that soundtrack. Right?
That's a good one.
Got nothing to penetrate.
Yeah.
I'd say my favorite one off that album is definitely Changing the House of Flies. 'Cause
Oh,
there's nothing
yeah,
sexier than
yeah,
2
'cause-
badass
Can I
vampires.
point out,
And
though,
then
can I
on
point out
top-
the one thing about that movie though is that it was like, you know, famous filmmakers, famous
Yeah.
musicians, right? But the music videos that they made within the movie were so fucking awful.
You know what?
That's
Static
funny
X.
because that's what I was just about to mention. My favorite from the soundtrack is Cold Static X because
Oh, yeah.
they're obviously
That's
Cold was
good.
so cold, and they did a great music video for that. But the film itself was pretty crappy, if you ask me. It was based on Vampire Lestat, the second
I
Vampire
liked it.
Chronicles book,
Right.
and the third. Which
Well, yeah,
was Queen of the
she
Damned.
mixed a bunch of
And they
It
anime
just messed
stuff.
everything up.
Yeah,
because
well,
she
they
died in
even-
the middle of filming.
Right,
and she
it's
was
not
playing
just that,
Akasha
but they even
Man.
changed, not to get too nerdy, but didn't they change the vampire that turned him for the movie? Like, it wasn't Marius, it was somebody else.
They altered some stuff, yeah.
Well,
I mean, the second book is great. It's maybe that and Tale of the Body Thief are my favorites of the series.
But if you've never read the books, but if you've
Go
never,
check them out. Way better than the fucking movies, man.
but
Yeah.
I don't know. Interview with the Vampire was pretty good.
It was
pretty
you know,
good.
but
But
that was
you just
completely
can't
different people
beat a
behind
book.
it, you know?
You
can't beat
you
the book.
can. What you do is you take the book and you beat someone with said
Yes,
book.
right in the face.
Let's just say that
Hey, you know
Anne
what?
Rice.
My mom used to carry a book in her purse all the time.
Anne Rice is
Fucking
great,
swing
man.
that shit around. Yeah, she can play it.
Interesting informational tidbit though, the reason he brought in all of those other singers was because he was under contract to only do the voice work for, I believe it was the film, right?
Oh.
And so they couldn't
Oh,
distribute
okay.
the soundtrack, which is why he had to bring in all these other people to sing the songs.
And he
Yeah.
they selected people that could do the things that Jonathan Davis
It
could
was
do.
all his buddies, all those
yeah.
type bands.
Yeah,
at the
but
time.
it worked
it was
out.
good
I mean,
stuff,
it's still
man.
really good album, man. It's right up there
Oh,
with The
glorious.
Crow.
And for every original song they didn't have, they just picked a badass song from somewhere like Dead Cell from Papa Roach.
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
a
yeah.
good
The
one,
era.
man.
That
Oh,
was
yeah,
so
definitely.
great.
That album
It was all good.
put together perfectly for
Well,
that
it was-
movie.
That whole thing was really late 90s, early 2000s, like in your face, all the
that
best
was,
of the
that was our teenage years, man.
This is actually funny because with my pick, that solidifies that all of our soundtracks are from the 2000s.
Well, then let's hear it.
Yeah.
Pass it on to the beat, man.
Last but not least, guys. So this was really tough for me, but I ended up settling because originally I was thinking Lost Highway. I was thinking even something like Last Action Hero, where you've got Jack the Ripper, who's a person killing people, so there's horror elements. But in the end, I ended up going with Freddy vs. Jason.
Why won't you die? Freddy versus Jason.
It was the title fight of the 2 biggest titans in all of
Ever.
horror.
There was
at least
so
in my
much hype
opinion.
behind that movie.
Dude, they had a fucking way off in Vegas when that movie was about to come out. So they had they had Robert Englund and they had Kane Hodder, or maybe it wasn't Kane Hodder at that time. Maybe it was maybe Mears had taken over. But long story short, they had them weigh in Vegas like it was a crazy boxing
Fucking
match.
that's badass. They should have placed bets, had it over under.
Oh, I'm sure people did. Actually, there were bets in Vegas as to who was going to be the
And
winner
nobody
in the
won.
movie.
Nobody won at the end.
Yeah,
That's
there's
spoiler.
spoilers.
Nobody
There's that
won.
little wink at the end.
You know what though?
Yeah, right.
I kind of feel like we all
honestly, I
won
love that
at the end of
movie,
that.
man.
We all won
of
at the
course.
end.
We all won at
That
the
was
We
end.
all
such a
wanted,
glorious
yeah,
movie.
exactly. Yeah,
Glorious movie.
Because you can't just kill those 2 off. They still got to throw Michael Myers in there somewhere in Pinhead, and then we could have a straight up rumble, and then we could have a victor from there.
I'm
Maybe
sure the
Is that the horror big four? Is that the horror big
The
four?
Wait,
horror
Mike
big four
Myers,
is
like
pretty
Austin
much
Powers?
Michael Myers, Leatherface, Freddy Krueger, and Jason Voorhees.
Right.
Yeah, oh, fuck you. Dude,
Yeah.
they should make it like a video game like that. Like
I
an
know,
arcade
right?
video game.
Well,
Not just
you know,
Mortal Kombat.
they've thrown some of them in like Mortal Kombat. For
Yeah,
instance,
it was
and
badass.
Jason-
Don't get me
Jason
wrong.
and Alien and the Predator.
And Jason
and-
has his own game right now on the Xbox One.
Which looks amazing.
PlayStation.
Is it?
Yeah, Friday the 13th. They finally released it on home consoles.
Yeah.
It looks
But,
amazing.
dude. Freddy vs. Jason. You know, some people were disappointed with it. I thought it was a ton of fun.
Oh,
I mean,
glorious.
especially the battle at the end was ridiculous.
Freddy knew Kung Fu!
Yeah, And also the whole Dark Meat bit with the chick from Destiny's Child.
Oh, Kelly Rolo.
Great.
You know what though? I think one of my favorite deaths in that entire one is the stoner waiting for them.
No,
he
when
comes
the little worm
goes
comes out
there,
there with the
hits a
hookah.
fat ass bong and makes him come with him. It's like, oh man, that was genius.
Yes. But
That's
the
how you get a
music,
stoner.
I mean,
Hit
which
me every time.
there's tons of metal in Bride of Chucky, which was that particular
Oh,
director's
yeah.
film that he
Honorable
did right before this, and with the success of kind of rebuilding that franchise, they're like,
Chucky's
okay,
coming back.
you can finally make Freddy versus Jason. Yeah, Chucky is
Yeah,
about
oh,
to
yeah.
come back, and I've heard good things about Cult of Chucky. But this soundtrack had Slipknot. It had a great song by El Nino called "How Can I Live," which they
Good
yeah,
song.
El Nino
Yeah.
was really, really good. But
That's a
I mean,
name.
biggest ones that I have to mention, they have a great ballad from Typo Negative, who I have been just really diving deep into for the first time lately, called We Are Electrocuted. But two of my favorite bands in all of metal, In Flames and Lamb of God, when they were breaking through, and I was first discovering them at the time, you had Trigger by In Flames, which is such a great song, and then you had 11th Hour by Lamb of God, which is from the As the Palaces Burn record. The hour of wrath and trust, judgment day is here. It's such a killer song.
Lamb of
The
God,
soundtrack was great, and it was of that time when I was first discovering much heavier metal. So it's got that nostalgia for me, because I was just getting into these bands and they were breaking through into the mainstream. It's what people basically call the resurgence of metal. You know, it comes in popularity and then cause a wheel, guys, and it just goes round and round and eventually comes back. So.
The guitarist from In Flames, one of your favorite bands, said
Just
it
for
himself.
Stromblad.
He said
He's
that
gone now.
He said that metalcore was the first time since grunge that Americans really put their own stamp on music.
Music,
Yeah. But I mean, but the funny thing was, it was a bunch of American bands like Killswitch and Shadows Fall playing like the Gothenburg sound at the gates,
Doing
and
the
In Flames
Swedish
and
stuff,
Dark Tranquility and things of that nature. So, but that is my pick, guys. Freddy versus Jason. Chris, once
amazing
more, which
stuff.
was yours, man?
Mine was the 2003 remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Mahalo. What was yours?
I had the original Resident Evil soundtrack.
And last but not least,
Queen of the Damned.
Yeah, 4 damn good soundtracks. Freddy versus Jason.
Yes,
Once more
check
from
them
me,
out.
guys. Yeah, and check out the films too. Even though the films may not be as good as their soundtracks in certain cases, nonetheless, you know.
You can't win them all.
No, you can't.
I feel like there's knives in me somewhere. I don't know. Can you guys start pulling these knives out of me? That's what I felt like. Those words were knives.
Do you really think you can have your cake and eat it too? I'm gonna cut that cake with this damn knife.
I am the cake.
He's got cake down.
Yes,
I tell you.
let them eat cake. I don't know. I would extend a grande gracias to all you viewers here on the horror show, metalheads and horror fans alike, for checking out this segment. It's always coming up on the first Monday of every month, so share it, like it, give us some likes and comments.
Give
and
us
if you
the
haven't
love.
subscribed to the channel, definitely do that here. But we're gonna hit you up with some social media for our metal horror music, which we want you to check out as well. So Chris, what's the Facebook, mate?
It's Facebook.com/Chiron Band AZ.
Correct.
So go ahead and check that out. And also, we got a few tracks that we're finishing up right now. So hopefully within the next couple weeks, you'll actually be able to hear some tunes on there. So
Yeah, lots of demoing going on.
Demo going, yes indeed.
And they're all about songs of people in boxes.
Yep.
Yes,
always in boxes.
that's the theme.
I am the man in the box. This is kind of my box cage back here.
I am the box commander. Anywhere you see box,
You're gonna
see this face.
Yeah.
Still works.
Still fucking works.
I like boxes.
So everybody, yes, I remember the box. Damn it,
Yeah,
that was
remember the
like
box.
music video station for the
Yeah,
poor
dude.
people like me. Now you had to call the 900 number.
That's where you can sit there and you can take
Call in.
slices of your government cheese off while you watch music videos, man.
Exactly
Everybody's
right.
sitting there listening.
Good times in the 90s,
Coolio.
man.
Coolio, Gangster's Paradise, constantly playing on the box.
Oh, dude, and what? Natural Born Killers,
Natural
which was
Born-
Dr. Dre and
Did you say
Ice Cube.
Coolio's Gangsta Paradise?
Yeah.
Oh, Coolio, yeah. I was thinking LL Cool J for a minute. For some reason, I switched the two in my head. Could you imagine that song, though?
I was thinking Amish Paradise
LL
by
Cool
Weird
J
Al
doing
Yankovic.
Yankovic.
Hell yeah. Yank all day.
Coolio had the...
Wait.
This man yanks all day. So everybody, thank you so much once again. Make sure to check out our music, share the video once again if you like it. And until next time, headbangers, I'm Jaime Fuego.
I'm Matthew Higgins.
I'm Mahalo.
Chris Payne.
And now till blah 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 blah. Remember. Listen to heavy metal.
Always.
Bienvenido, fry pans, and
Horror Fuego crotch.